Good day, everyone. Today, we will be discussing identifying main idea, key sentence, and supporting details. Together, let's make learning English fun and easy. Finding the main idea is one of the most challenging reading strategies to teach because we do not only have to comprehend the passage, but we also must figure out which information is the most important without getting sidetracked in the details. The main idea tells what the story, poem, or paragraph is all about. It is also called the big idea and the most important thought about the topic. The topic is the person, place, thing, or idea being talked about. A key sentence is a sentence directly stated from the paragraph that expresses the main idea or topic of the paragraph, story, or poem. It can be found at the beginning, middle, or last sentence of the paragraph. But generally, it appears at the beginning of the paragraph. It is often the paragraph's very first sentence. Supporting details or small ideas talk more about the main idea. They give the important details that explain, prove, and describe the main idea for better understanding. Read the passage below and answer the questions that follow. Notice the underlined sentences. There are some healthy practices which we can follow to protect ourselves from COVID-19. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, or use a hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol to kill germs and bacteria. Keep your distance from people by at least 6 feet if you are out in public to avoid droplets from an infected person. Cover your nose and mouth with a tissue or sneeze into your elbow to reduce the ejection of droplets into the environment. Also, frequently clean and disinfect touched surfaces. What is talked about in the passage? The passage is about on some healthy practices which we can follow to protect ourselves from COVID-19. What do you think is the main idea of this passage? The main idea of this passage is health practices to protect us from COVID-19. What are the healthy practices mentioned in the passage to protect ourselves from COVID-19? Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, or use a hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol to kill germs and bacteria. Keep your distance from people by at least 6 feet if you are out in public to avoid droplets from an infected person. Cover your nose and mouth with a tissue or sneeze into your elbow to reduce the ejection of droplets into the environment. Also, frequently clean and disinfect touched surfaces. Main idea: health practices to protect us from COVID-19. Key sentence: there are some healthy practices which we can follow to protect ourselves from COVID-19. And our supporting details are: wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, or use as hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol to kill germs. The second supporting details is: keep your distance from people by at least 6 feet if you are out in public to avoid droplets from an infected person. Our third supporting detail is: cover your nose and mouth with a tissue or sneeze in your elbow to reduce the ejection of droplets in the environment. And the last supporting detail is: also frequently clean and disinfect touch surfaces. Let's do this. Read the paragraphs carefully and answer the questions below. Arithmetic is a science involving numbers. Its name comes from the Greek word arithmetikos, meaning reckoning. It all began when people used their figures for counting, which were called digits. From the Latin word meaning figure, the ancient Babylonians, who gauged notches in clay tablets, recorded numbers. The main idea of the passage is about arithmetic. Its key sentence is: arithmetic is a science involving numbers. And here are the supporting details. Its name comes from Greek word arithmetikos, meaning reckoning. The second supporting detail is: it all began when people used their figures for counting, which were called digits, from the Latin word meaning or figure. The ancient Babylonians, who gauged notches in clay tablets, recorded numbers. Pollution is one of our big problems. The ocean becomes polluted because people throw their garbage into it. Some factories had a greater contribution when it gives out smoke and dust that makes the air dirty. The main idea of the passage is about pollution. Its key sentence is: pollution is one of our big problems. And its supporting details are: the ocean becomes polluted because people throw their garbage into it. Second supporting detail: Some factories had a greater contribution when it gives out smoke and dust that makes the air dirty. Let's do this. Read the paragraphs below. Identify the main idea and supporting details in each stanza and write them on the graphic organizer. A botanist learns much about life through his studies of plants. To him, a plant is something to work on with. He sees a plant as a thing of wonder. The, bot- the botanist learns about the growth in living things. He discovers diseases that attack man. The study of plants may someday tell us much about ourselves. The main idea of the passage is botanist learns much about life through his studies of plants. The supporting details are, to him, a plant is something to work on with. He sees a plant as a thing of wonder. The botanist learns about the growth in living things. He discovers diseases that attack man. The study of plants may someday tell us much about ourselves. The oil crisis has become a worldwide problem. It has crippled the progress of many nations. Japan and the United States were not spared from this. Everybody is concerned with energy conservation. Wells are being dug for prospects of oil. Prices of oil and other oil products are soaring. The main idea of the passage is the oil crisis has become a worldwide problem. Its supporting details are it has crippled the progress of many nations. Japan and the United States were not spared from this. Everybody is concerned with energy conservation. Wells are being dug for prospects of oil. And prices of oil and other oil products are soaring. Let's do this. Read the paragraph and answer the questions that follow. Write the letter of the correct answer. Birds are very light. Their bones are hollow. They have thin skulls. Their bones are light too. Even the bones of their skull are almost weightless. That is why bird can fly. What are talked about in every sentence? A. Birds. B. Bones. C. Skulls. Or D. Heads. The answer is A. What does the whole paragraph say about the birds? A. Birds are very light. B. Birds have bones. C. Birds are heavy. Or D. Birds have thin skulls? The answer is A. Which sentences give details about the paragraph? A. First sentence. B. First and second sentences. C. Second to sixth sentences. Or D. First to third sentences. The answer is C. What do you call this sentence? Birds are very light. A. Conclusion. B. Key sentence. C. Heading sentence. Or D. Summary sentence. The answer is B. In the given passage, where is the key sentence found? A. End. B. Middle. C. Beginning. Or D. Second sentence. The answer is C. Let's do this. Below are paragraphs with numbered sentences. Complete the sentences for the main idea and then identify the numbers that tell the key sentence and the supporting details. Write the numbers on the blank. Fruit trees like mango, the lanzones, the chicos, and avocados give us fruits. Main idea of the passage is about where we get most of our foods. And the key sentence is number 4. Supporting details are number 1, 2, and 3. Main idea. The passage is about blessed our country with natural resources. The key sentence is number 5. The supporting details are numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Main idea. The passage is about man using stars as a religious symbols. Key sentence is number 1. The supporting details are numbers 2, 3, and 4. I understand that there is always a main idea or the passage is all about. I realized that in order to understand more a passage, you need to determine the main idea, key sentence, and its supporting details. I need to learn more about identifying the main idea, key sentence, and supporting details in order to understand the passage or the story. Thank you for watching. Till our next English lesson. Goodbye.